Hi, this is Emma,
and Michaela,
and you're listening to
Sleeping in Park, where we talk about our trips to beautiful places.
Follow along as we dive into our past trips and our trip planning.
This is episode 7.
7.
We are talking about our experiences in Glacier now.
Yeah, as well as some history and geology.
And a fun little pop quiz
Yeah.
at the end. I did supply bubblers for this episode because I lost the first one.
She also supplied bubblers for the last episode, but I brought snacks for this
She brought
episode.
snacks, so we're eating.
So, starting with our trips in Glacier.
Yeah.
Starting in West Glacier, so the south part of the park. Actually, just in West Glacier.
Yeah.
Right before you even get into the park, actually. Some great shops there.
Amazing. Like, yeah.
They got some cute stuff.
They got a lot of cute stuff.
Do you remember the store name where if you bought something there, they gave you a coupon for ice cream? Right next door. I don't
remember the name, but...
If you're driving into the park, it's on your left-hand side.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the only shops on the left-hand side. So if you're in West Glacier, if you're coming in the west end of the park, before you even get into the park entrance, there's a couple great shops in the town of West Glacier, along with gas, which is...
Yeah.
It's good to know that.
Yes.
And then the next place, after you get into the park, is the Apgar Visitor Center, which is actually where we became junior rangers in Glacier National Park.
Yes. Actually, that was a cool visitor center, too.
Yeah, it was.
It was more of an educational one.
Yeah. I said small, but visitor center.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had a decent gift shop. I'd say, they didn't have a lot of, as much variety as some other ones.
Yeah.
But it was good what they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then if you keep driving on the main road, you can take a left, if you're coming from the west end, to go to the Apgar picnic area, which is where we went paddleboarding on Lake McDonald.
Yeah.
It's a really good spot.
It is. It wasn't too crowded either.
Well, when we went, it was rainy, and it was also later in the day.
It also started raining while we were paddleboarding.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought it was fun still.
Oh, I liked it. I was going to say, I was just having fun in the lake.
Yeah.
I didn't even care that it was raining. I was wet anyway, so
exactly.
But do you remember when we drove past it during the day, when we went into town, and it was, that intersection was closed, or, to turn from 10 to 3?
Yeah.
So for prime time hours of the day,
you do need, a reservation.
Yeah. I'm guessing they fill up either with reservations or parking. I didn't find that reservation online for an Apgar picnic area.
I don't know.
But they had it closed from 10 to 3 during the day when we were there. Both days we drove past it. So 2025. When we were there in 2023, it wasn't
It didn't have that, no.
But they also checked vehicle reservations there.
Yeah.
At that intersection with that.
Yep.
And then just down the road, so if you don't turn off into the picnic area, just down the road is where they have a boat launch, and they'll do your boat inspections too. It was a great spot. I love that spot.
It was, yeah.
It was a
gorgeous.
little windy, but you could go out 30 feet and still see, straight rocks on the bottom. You could see, or you could very clearly see the weeds there.
See all the way to the bottom of the lake. It was very cool.
Yeah, very clear lake.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Mm-hmm. Even when we were there, it was cloudy and rainy, but even without the sun shining through the water, you could see the bottom very clearly still.
And I would say the rocks there were very pretty. I liked that.
Me too.
It's not as pretty as what Pinterest will sometimes, or Instagram will sometimes. I don't know what, they turn the saturation up on their photos, so the rock
colors pop out more.
Yeah, and look more vibrant than they are. They don't actually.
They're rocks.
Yeah,
they're not.
But they're still gorgeous.
Yeah, it's still super cool to see. But it's not like how it is on Pinterest or when you look it up. It obviously doesn't look like that.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't obvious the first time I saw it. I was like, no way.
Oh yeah.
Before we went there, I was like, is this what the rocks look like there? No. Do you remember? I was like, okay, look at this picture.
We were so excited about the bright rocks, and then that just...
They didn't exist. Yeah, we love that little spot. It's a great place for McDonald Lake. Yeah. I would say I liked the Apgar picnic area better, so like the Apgar side of McDonald Lake, better than I actually liked, like when you go to the Lake McDonald Lodge and there's a shore there. Yep. I liked it better on the south end of the lake. On the south end, yeah. In case you're thinking or wondering where to go. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that place. Yeah. If you plan on going during the day, just look into reservations if you need one. How you get in between 10 and 3? Yeah. We're not sure. Otherwise, we didn't look into it. We were there in the evening and it was gorgeous. Got there like at 3:30, right? Then blew up the paddleboard and... Yeah, and then we came off at like... perfect, yeah. I mean, even though it was rainy, our new Glacier windbreakers came in handy. Yeah. Oh, gosh, I love that thing so much. Me too. Got them at the shop. I was just going to say that. And then if you keep driving going to the Sun Road north, you will pass Sprague Creek Campground, which is right off of Lake McDonald. Yep. We stayed there for 2 nights and loved it. It was very nice. Yeah. They had... The spots, I think, were a little bit closer than some other campgrounds we've stayed at. But it wasn't as bad. It wasn't like... It was medium. It was medium. Like packed in there, but... We've been to worse, but we've also been to better. So it's just like medium room for... You have enough room. They're just close to other people, but... Yeah. They had decent bathrooms. Yeah, I thought they had decent plumb bathrooms, which is nice. Which was... I always like that. They did not have showers there. No. We thought they did. Yeah. But that's because all the rest of our campsites had showers. But they didn't have showers. But they do have a waste toilet where you know, since they have plumbing, most campsites who have plumbing will have the waste where you can put your dirty dishwater. Yeah. No. Just like your wastewater, you can. Yeah. So what we will do is use our portable shower and then stand in our camping bin. Mm-hmm. So all of our wastewater goes into the bin and then we'll dump it. And then we dump it, yeah. Which is actually worked out so much really better than we expected, honestly. Like, worked well, yeah. It was really nice. Yeah, I liked it. Yep. They had what we think were shared bear boxes. Yeah, we used one. Yeah, but nobody else was. But it wasn't like directly on our campsite. It was like in between multiple. But we were also like on the end, like by a curve, and we were on the end, and then it was just there. So I didn't think it was a shared one, but I didn't see a ton of others. Yeah. So I'm thinking it was a shared bear box. We used it, and it was nice to have. Because I know that it's not allowed there to like keep food obviously outside of your vehicle. Yeah. So you can keep food in your vehicle there as long as your windows are up and stuff, but it's nicer for us to have the food in the bear boxes. It's more convenient. Yeah. They also have their own, so at that campsite, you have your own access to the lake. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That was so cool. Yeah, so that's another great spot to see the lake. I still think I liked it on the west end better, but to have access to the lake on our campground was really cool. It was really cool. We watched the sunset there, and it was gorgeous. And I think that one was a little bit cheaper campground, too. I think that one was... Well, maybe not cheaper, but I think it was $60 a night, so... But with the lake access and with the plumbing, I've seen worse. I was going to say, I feel like 60 is usually what it is inside of a national park. It's usually like 25 outside. Yeah. Typically. Not everywhere, but yeah, definitely not expensive or like overly expensive compared to any other national parks inside. I agree. We also... Okay, we were all in the bathrooms just washing our faces and brushing our teeth and hogging the only 2 sinks that were in there. No one else was in there. But then this one lady came in and we gave her a sink. Yeah. And then we were all like, brushing our teeth. And we started talking to each other. And she was this really cool teacher from California. And we just went out to California early this year. And we were talking to her about the national parks. And she said that she takes her summers off and she has 11 national parks left to see. She's in her late 20s. Yeah, I would say late. Yeah. And she said her boyfriend has 9 left to see. Well, and so they started going on these national park trips during COVID, and so she taught like from her car on her trips, like in national parks. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But also, I feel like that would be really hard just because service is so spotty. Like. Yeah, I want to know how that works. I feel like you just have to plan out better where...
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of people work remote and travel.
It's true.
So I feel like you just have to plan better where you're going to get your Wi-Fi or service from.
Yeah.
I also, you know, when we were talking to her about national parks, I also mentioned, you know, Dear Bob and Sue and Dirt in My Shoes National Park podcast. But guess what I didn't mention?
Our podcast.
We forgot we had a national park podcast.
Oh my gosh. And it was like seconds after she left. We were like, we totally should have mentioned our podcast. No, we didn't.
What did she leave in there? Her toothpaste or something? And I literally ran outside to bring her back.
It was her face wash.
Okay, well, I ran something back outside to her while she was getting picked up in a car or something. And I was like, and I think that's when I walked in, I was like, I didn't tell her about sleeping in park. I told her about other people's podcasts that she should listen to or we learned about stuff from. No, not ours. Not ours. That's crazy.
That would be ridiculous.
What? I actually talked to Michaela. I was like, you know what I should have done? Because I have a Cricut, and I was like, I should have printed removable vinyl decals for whatever
to put like on the back of the car.
Yeah, because
while we're driving through the national parks.
Yeah, I was like, that was really dumb of us nuts. We talked about it on our first trip this year, and we didn't do it for the second trip.
No.
What were we thinking? Where are our heads at?
We weren't thinking.
We need to do that for our next trip. Anyway. Aww. Then if you keep going up the road,
you'll get to the actual Lake McDonald area where there's the historical hotel and like it's a fancy hotel. It'd be so cool to stay there.
The historic Lake McDonald
Hotel. It'd be so cool to stay there.
It would be. They also have the lakeshore, another lakeshore there, as well as public restrooms you can use.
Yep.
And I think the red bus actually is the red.
Do they leave from there?
That's what I was wondering because I saw them parked there. I don't know. Anyway,
they might just stop there. Like a stop.
They might just stop there.
I wonder if that's a stop.
I think this is one of my favorite stores in all of Glacier, and it is the Camp Store, like right in that parking lot. It's just called Camp Store. Mm-hmm. One of the best gift shops there.
It's very cool. Super cool.
I loved it. What?
But we just like all the gift shops.
Yeah. So that's why when I was like, it's nice to know where the good gift shops
where the good ones are. That's true.
So I figured we should mention it, even if people don't actually like to go to gift shops again.
Which is bonkers in my opinion.
But if you do, then you know where the good ones are. And like, if you take time, maybe, you try and sneak in that one good one or something.
Yeah, that's true. And then you keep going up the road and
this time you drive a little bit longer before you hit this one. But
you get to Avalanche Creek there's actually a couple different parking lots for Avalanche Creek.
They're both small, or they're small though. They're all small.
All the parking lots are very small. You really have to.
It's Avalanche Creek and Trail of Cedars parking.
Parking is crazy. We tried to do Avalanche Creek this year.
Avalanche Lake. Yeah.
And
we got there at 9?
But even then, it was packed. Like, people were walking probably an extra 2-3 miles.
Oh my goodness!
To get to the trailhead.
We were like, no. Because when we went last time, we went it was like 7 at night.
Yeah.
Well, because it was light and we had plenty of time. We parked there at 7, and I think the parking lots were still almost full.
Yeah.
And then when we drove by at like 4 or 5 in the morning, the few times we drove by there, then it was empty. I would recommend definitely getting there before 8. I would shoot for 7-ish if I were you.
Yeah.
Just because we haven't driven by around 8, really.
Mm-hmm. No. But we did get to do Trail of Cedars our first time in Glacier, and that was actually really cool. It's a very different scenery than what you usually get out of Glacier, I think. You just are literally walking through this insane forest, and it's super pretty.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And it's on a boardwalk with informational signs and
a couple little waterfalls. You got like the stream going through there. It's super pretty.
I still don't know if the stream is on that trail or not.
But I remember did we go farther than the...
Yes, we did. We went onto the Avalanche Lake trail.
Onto that one?
Yeah.
Well, if you keep going after Trail of Cedars, there's a couple really cute little
Yeah, because I definitely remember being in... I remember being in not tennis shoes, and there was
That's
mud.
Right.
Yeah, and then
That's right. And we were like, we definitely did not wear the right shoes. This was our first trip.
Yeah.
We were still learning.
Well, okay, but even now, sometimes, actually not this last trip, but even like another trip earlier this year, we were dumb, and like on a over a mile hike, we're like, oh, it's basically a walk. We used to go barefoot walks all the time. We used to walk in sandals all the time. No, not in elevation.
Not like this.
So then our ankles hurt and we're just being dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never done anything like longer than like a mile and a half in sandals or dudes, but even dudes hurt your feet when you're like going up and then going down. Yep. But yeah, we were dumb then. Don't be dumb.
Don't do that.
Just wear the right shoes. It's really not.
It's not that hard,
We're
but
just
we
like-
like to think it is. Like
we're like, I don't want to put on the tennis shoes. Just put them on.
Yeah.
And then if you keep going further, there's this one actually was just like a pullout on our stop the first year, and it was red rocks, and it was just a pullout on like the left side if you're coming from the west, I believe. And turned out to be like a swimming hole. Like, people were jumping off rocks there. They weren't as tall as like if you're gonna jump off St. Mary Falls rocks, but they were still like decent. And the water was gorgeous water, crystal clear again, glacier fed. I mean, it was freezing cold, but it was really cool. And for a hot day in Glacier, that's a good place to go. Yeah,
definitely. And then there's keep going on the same road.
Yeah,
a ways.
They're going to the Sun Road.
It's like one of the only roads in the park. Like like the main.
Okay, I was gonna say
it's like the main road that takes you through the park. You get to the West Tunnel, which is there's two tunnels on the way to the Sun Road, and this is the one.
This is the shorter one that has windows.
Yeah, it has windows, and there's
I think there's 3 windows, or is there 2? I know through one of them.
2 or 3.
You can see Heaven's Peak through one. You can see Birdwoman Falls through one, I think.
This is the one where you can see Birdwoman Falls.
No, like the different windows.
Oh, the different windows.
Yeah. The other tunnel doesn't have windows, but we'll get into that later. It doesn't.
No, I know the other one doesn't. Because I remember we drove through that one first.
Yeah, the East Tunnel. Mm-hmm.
The East Tunnel.
This year.
But our first year, when we were driving through this West Tunnel, it has like a little waterfall right by it.
Off the side
of the mountain. And I remember there's a pullout right outside of the tunnel, and we pulled out there, and then we ran across the road, and we went and stood under the waterfall.
And then we went and looked through the tunnel holes.
Yeah. That was really cool.
That was on our way out of Glacier, and we were like, we gotta do it! We gotta. When are we gonna be back? That's what we say every time we go anywhere.
Exactly. It's like, when are we gonna be back here?
We gotta do it.
We gotta do it now.
Yeah. That one, the views from the windows though were so gorgeous. Like, I say take the time to pull off after the tunnel and stop and look out them. Yes. Gorgeous. And then the next thing you'll come to on the Going to the Sun Road is the loop, which is where you see, like, you do a straight U-turn basically.
Yeah, like
it's the first loop on the Going to the Sun Road if you're going from west to east Glacier. And it's
the only like switchback.
There's a couple more loops in here, but yeah, it's not. They're not as tight. But they still call them loops.
Okay.
But this is the first one going up, and then you'll see a sign here for Heaven's Peak, which is how I always know where we are. And this was our first stop on the Going to the Sun Road, our first drive, because we drove it. I got to that entrance before 4 in the morning.
I remember her waking me up, and it was 3:30, and we're sitting at the entrance station with like maybe 3 other cars ahead of us, and just a growing line behind us at like before 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, but then I don't know where they all went, because we drove that road by ourselves.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I don't know where they all turned off.
I very specifically remember
but that was when there was construction down at the entrance, which is why I was like, no, we gotta get there.
We gotta do this now.
Also, I couldn't sleep that night, so I was just like, I'm gonna start driving. Michaela's sleeping over here, and I'm just like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that night we didn't even set up the back seat.
I tried to wake Michaela up to look at the stars that night, because we were actually staying on the Hungry Horse Reservoir that night.
Yeah.
And we got there late. I mean, it was late. And we drove through the night. We took turns. And then Michaela was passed out in the passenger seat. And I think she moved to the back. And then I was sitting like this. And then I tried to wake her up to just open. Literally, we had a sun and moon roof just to like get her to look out the roof. And she's like, they're so pretty. And I was like, are you actually looking? Up. I was like, I do look at the stars.
I do know that I actually looked at them. But because
I
fell asleep, I fell asleep with my contacts in, so they were all kind of like, don't fall asleep with your contacts in, it's bad for your eyeballs. But they were all like blurry and like I couldn't actually super see, but I could see there were stars.
They were really pretty.
And they were bright enough for me to see them laying down. And I was like, that's super cool, I'm going to go back to sleep.
I think I slept for maybe an hour and a half. And then it was early in the morning, and I was like, Michaela, wake up. You got to come sit in the front so you can buckle up. And then, yeah.
And then I fell asleep again in the passenger seat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I told her she could go back to sleep.
Well, because it was like an hour drive.
Yeah.
An hour
drive.
We
were far, like, we were ways down the reservoir road.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, you're driving slow for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Around the edge, but.
So it was fine.
Yeah. But Heaven's Peak, or the loop with the sign for Heaven's Peak was our first stop, and we were.
Jaw-droppingly amazing.
Like, we've never seen anything like this before in our entire lives, and it was the most amazing. To see it at dawn was incredible, and I also love the name of that
Heaven's
mountain.
Peak.
I know. It's such a fitting name, I think.
I love it so much. I agree.
It's my favorite.
Gosh, I just love that
It's a good spot.
It is. Yeah. Well, and that's also where, like, the end of the Highline Trail is, and a shuttle will come pick you up there and bring you back to Logan's Pass.
And then the next pull-off that we've noted is Birdwoman Falls Overlook. So this is a viewpoint for Birdwoman Falls.
Yep.
It's across the valley, but it's very noticeable. You'll definitely see it, especially if you're there in early season.
Yeah.
It is insane, even from across an entire mountain valley. It is one of the tallest waterfalls in Glacier, falling 492 feet.
Yeah.
She's pretty breathtaking. She's pretty cool.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah. I really like that one.
Yeah.
And the next spot on the Going to the Sun Road is the Weeping Wall. I really love this wall. I think it's so cool. So because of construction going on.
Well, no, because they made the road. Because they made the road. Like
the way they made it.
Yeah. Into the side of the mountain so it would blend in with the scenery is why the Weeping Wall is a thing.
And it's just like the snow just melts off. And then this whole wall, it's just like always dripping.
Yeah, so if you're driving the opposite way that we're talking about, if you're driving west instead of going east, and it's in the early season, you'll have a small waterfall in your car. Usually by the late season, it's down to like a trickle kind of coming off the wall, but still very cool to see.
It's still,
and it's still like a large section of the wall. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is also, so the butte that the water is actually falling from is Haystack Butte, which is the area where it's common in the Highline Trail
for people to turn around.
To make it a 7-mile hike instead of 14.
Yeah.
So, if that gives you an idea where we're talking about or where we are. Oh my goodness. Do you remember this part? The first time we saw this, we were like, there's no way the road is going to hold us. Even though clearly it has been doing its job forever. But we're like, so the next stop to see is Triple Arches that we stopped at. And again, it's in the morning. No one else is around. And so they built 3 arches to span the several large gaps in the mountainside for where the road was built. When you kind of look at that and you're like, is that structurally safe?
Because you can,
is that sound?
Coming like towards it, you can see the arches, and it's very pretty.
Oh yes,
but
for sure, it's very cool to see.
I remember the first time seeing it, I'm like, we're gonna die.
Well, this was one of the worst. I don't think at that point we'd driven many scary roads. So like we
haven't driven any scary roads.
I guess, yeah, not our first.
Well,
we won't say any. No. But at this point, I'm a little white knuckling it because straight drop off on the other side. And, you know, we haven't driven roads like that a lot. No. So we weren't used to it.
Especially growing up in the Midwest. Like, and you don't see stuff like that.
And this is our first trip out by ourselves and in my parents' car. And I hope those bricks don't hit the car. But I can't go in the other lane because these lanes feel like they're very little.
Yeah.
So I was already a little bit like, I can't really even look at the mountains that much unless we're stopping because I'm just trying to stay on the road.
Well, and I think that was us most of the time driving that road. Whoever it was.
Our first year,
there was no, you're not allowed to look at the scenery. You are keeping your eyes on the road. I remember being scared my first year.
Yeah, me too. Year. I was like...
But this year, I was like...
Yeah, no, this
just
year...
just casually...
I know, this is just normal.
It's just normal. We're pros.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I feel like our first... not even our third day there, I was like, okay, fully to like look at the mountains.
Oh, I agree. It was... We did a lot of pull-offs our first year. So we're still able to see everything.
100%.
We didn't miss anything.
And we swapped driving the road, so we it wasn't like one of us was doing it every time. But yeah, so that apparently all goes into the triple arches where you can because of the, just terrifyingness of the road your first time out there.
Yeah. It can be scary.
But I remember going, Michaela, are we supposed to drive over that?
I was like, there's no way.
I think the road goes over that. I was like,
and then we're driving over it. I was just looking. I remember I'm like looking over the edge and I'm just like, what? We're gonna die. We're gonna fall off. We're gonna die. There's a couple times, like even just coming around a couple curves. If we're like on the outside lane, coming around a curve, I'm sitting in the passenger seat like holding on for dear life. Just I don't want to fall.
Yeah. It was like that the first time.
Yeah.
Very much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, you had a mosquito.
Thanks. Saved my life.
And then the next stop that we made, and basically the next big stop to be at, is Logan Pass. Great place to see wildlife.
You don't even have to get out of your car to see wildlife. They literally will just hang out in the parking lot.
For real. We've seen bighorn sheep.
Yeah.
We've seen deer.
Yeah.
All in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Different times of the day.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. This is also the jumping off point for Hidden Lake Overlook, and the Highline Trail. Mm-hmm. They also have this cool little... They have a lot of exhibit signs, kind of. If you just go up the steps kind of near the visitor center, there's a little flat walking path, and I actually wrote down some of the facts in our outline from the mountain goat and bighorn sheep exhibits. So, bighorn sheep horns can weigh over 30 pounds. And they have soup. Isn't that crazy? 30 pounds.
Like,
imagine just like 30. Imagine a weight that's 30 pounds. Okay, that's heavy.
Just on your head.
Yeah, and then they said, this is from the signs, they have super strong skulls. So they can have a strongest headbanger contest each fall, which is what they do for...
like when they go...
Well, when they... when they ram heads. Get it? Because, they're called rams.
They're called rams, yeah.
But I just thought that was the strongest headbanger. I love that.
I just like the wording of it.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. And the other one said bighorn sheep have split hooves that spread to help them balance, and we learned for the Junior Ranger badge that
they aren't actually goats.
Bighorn sheep.
Oh,
mountain goats.
Yes, sorry.
Mountain goats. Their hooves are split like this,
and it helps them balance while they're climbing. And they also have a weird, I don't remember what it's called. It started with a C, but it's like in the back of their hooves that it's not for balance. It's for grip. It's like a weird grippy thing on the back of their hoof. I forgot what it's called now.
I don't remember.
But yeah, we also learned getting our Junior Ranger badges that they aren't actually goats at all.
No, they're actually closer related to like the antelope family
than goats.
Like what?
Why are they named
mountain goats? I get they look more like goats.
Yeah.
But they aren't.
But also apparently scientists are still like trying to learn a lot about them.
That's true.
That's what
they are
our ranger
also
told us.
The largest mammal in that area.
So we were hiking the Hidden Lake Overlook Trail, and that was our first morning, our first hike in Glacier. And we got to see bighorn sheep in the parking lot and multiple herds on like the wildflower hillsides. It was gorgeous. Yeah. Hiking up at sunrise.
We have this one really insane picture. There's this like big like hill right outside the parking lot.
Of rocks, yeah.
And there was a bighorn sheep standing on top of it.
At sunrise.
Oh my gosh.
It's gorgeous.
It's the most insane, majestic picture, I think, ever.
I know. I wish we used my camera then, because the picture quality of that picture would have been 12,000 times better.
But I think it's still an amazing
No,
picture.
I still love that picture too.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah. And I don't remember feeling any of the elevation on this hike.
I don't either. I don't remember.
We were just like dilly-dallying our way up. We made it up in pretty good time though still, but we were just like having a grand old time.
Casually walking up there. There wasn't a ton of other people, which was super nice.
It was like almost no other people. We maybe saw like six other people. Yeah, so we're just hiking along, playing snow by Zach and Ryan, just having the time of our lives on this trail.
Yeah.
And then we get up to the boardwalk, and the only other person there is an older gentleman.
Yeah. Super, super sweet man. We talked to him. Yeah, he did. We talked to him for
a while.
Yeah,
because then he's like, girls. He's like, shh.
Well, because, okay, hold on. So he had asked us, like, how long we were staying in Glacier, what all we were doing, and, like, any animals we, like, really wanted to see. And I had said a mountain goat. I wanted to see a mountain goat so bad.
So did I.
And so then, you know, we were talking for a little bit. He actually comes out to Glacier with his daughter, and they do the Highline Trail every year.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought that was so cool.
We loved it. We were like, that's adorable.
I loved that.
We thought that was the cutest thing ever.
Yeah. And
he's, I mean, he had to have been at least 60, maybe high 50s.
I was gonna say late 60s.
Some people look older than they are.
That's true. I don't know, but he was. I mean, an older man, a little bit older gentleman. Super sweet. Love him.
Oh anyway, yeah, nothing against that at all.
He'd offered to take our picture.
Yeah.
And then he took it, and then he kind of like
walked away.
We were standing at the overlook, and he kind of like walked up.
Well, we like kind of said our goodbyes, and we were both like, have a nice trip and stuff. Yeah. And then he was walking away.
Yeah. And then he kind of like turns around and goes, "Hey girls, come here, come look at this." And okay, so our parents get mad at us every time we tell this story, because they're like, "Why are you following this old man?"
They get mad at us anytime we tell a story about any human being. They're like, they're gonna kidnap you.
It's like our creep-o-meter was not going off at all.
No.
Like, he was not a creep.
No. If he wanted to be a creep, he could have been a creep, but he wasn't.
But no, he wasn't. Anyway, so we go up to the back yonder, and there's a mountain goat.
There was a mountain goat. And he was just walking down the mountain, and then he was just on the boardwalk.
All of a sudden, on the boardwalk. Like,
just walking on the boardwalk.
We were just like, stay still. Don't want to, like...
No, we were backed up as far as we could be, because there's a railing, like, for the part where we were at, and we were as far back as you could get without, like, going off the trail. Which, you know, we knew wasn't a great thing to do at that time, but now we've learned the extra importance of not going off trail, especially in, like, the alpine environment and, like, or ecosystem, where everything is so fragile.
Yeah.
But then we all just, like, kind of sat there and watched it together for, like, 20 minutes.
Because it, like, came down and was just kind of, like, hanging out on the boardwalk. And then it came down and it sat on this ledge. Oh, my gosh.
Overlooking the lake. And it was gorgeous.
Just overlooking this whole beautiful
area.
He
was just sitting there, just looking.
Just enjoying the scenery. And I'm like, the things I would do to be a mountain goat. Like, it was so cool. It was so cool. There's actually a picture of us with the mountain goat in the background, and it's one of my favorite pictures of all time. I love it so much. That was amazing. That was the coolest thing ever.
I think that's one of my all-time, like, favorite hike experiences.
I agree.
That mixed with the sweet man, and that mixed with the bighorn sheep, and the like, ram in the bighorn sheep in the parking lot too.
That whole morning was just
surreal.
Perfect.
It was like not even fake.
Yeah.
It's fake.
It was fake. It was straight out of a dream.
Yeah.
It was just it was amazing. I could relive that day over and over.
I relive it in my head sometimes.
So do
I
just
like
go
through the hike,
time.
and then I'm just thinking about us walking up, and then I'm just like,
I'm like, oh my
and
god,
then we're here, and then there's Mom Goat, and then there's
that was such a cool
sometimes.
experience.
Oh,
Me too.
very, very, just a crazy experience.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yes, it was insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
we stopped here right after we did like Overlook Trail, actually, Lunch Creek, because we were like, this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's basically just like a waterfall, kind of just running down the mountain, surrounded by wildflowers. Beautiful. Yeah. We've seen bighorn sheep here too.
Yes.
Early in the morning, around like 7:30. I'm not sure if they'd be there, like how often they'd be there in the middle of the day, just because that road gets so busy. I don't know if they really care though. But apparently this creek was actually named because so many people stopped here to take it. Yeah. They just named it Lunch Creek. Yeah. And then you'll hit the second tunnel on the Going to the Sun Road. Yes. Which is the East Tunnel. It was actually one of the largest challenges in building this road. Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't know that. And it spans 408 feet. That's pretty long. It was a mountain tunnel. It is a long tunnel, yeah. For like on the side of them, that's pretty crazy. But it's really cool because, like, you know those classic like mountain videos where like people are driving through a tunnel and then it comes out to this insane view? It's that. It's, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. Pretty. On both sides. Yeah. It doesn't even matter which side of the road you're driving on. No, it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous on both sides. From. Yep. Yeah. And that's the one with no windows. Yeah. Yeah. It was too long. Yeah. Or it was too like unstructured, like they couldn't get it to be like structurally sound with them. Yeah. Yeah. They were just trying to get the road built. They're just trying to make it drivable. They weren't even thinking about the windows there, I bet. Mm-hmm. Probably not. Okay, and then the next one. How do you say this one? Sai? It's Sai Bend? Sai Bend. That's what I thought too. Okay, Sai Bend. This one's really pretty. Yeah. It's really gorgeous at sunset too. Super cool waterfall. That part of the road is really pretty. Yeah. The whole thing is just, I don't even know how to like describe it any differently from anything else. Yeah. It's just. Well, so actually at this bend specifically, we were driving it at sunset on our first night in Glacier. Mm-hmm. And, I guess technically our second night, but like our first sunset in Glacier. First sunset in Glacier. And we saw someone getting their wedding pictures done there with the sunset and the backdrop in the mountains were just gorgeous. And then this year we saw another couple taking wedding pictures there. We did. But if you keep going, you get to Jackson Glacier Overlook. And it's a chance to see a glacier without even having to hike. Yeah. You can it's just plopped right there in front of your face. Just plopped. And then I also wrote down, like, beautiful views, even if you don't care about glaciers because you're dumb. So even if you don't care about glaciers for some dumb reason. It's cool to see. Well, I just meant the mountains are beautiful from that viewpoint. Well, yeah, but like the glacier is so cool to see. Yeah. Next stop is St. Mary Falls. It's a beautiful hike. Oh yeah. With only the last like couple hundred feet of your way out being steep, I would say, where it just like. I agree. I like to power through it, and it just takes a couple minutes. So, because if I hike slow, it's more work. I don't know. Yeah. I do. But it's a gorgeous hike for like, and it's mostly flat. I feel like. Yeah. Except for that very first part. Yeah. On your way back out. On your way out. Yeah. It feels a little steep. But it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful burn scar right there with wildflowers coming up. And you can see through, like, all the way to the lake because of the burn scar. We saw moose in that lake. Our first hike. Yeah, we didn't see one this year, but it was still gorgeous. Gorgeous lake. Oh, it's beautiful. Yes. Crazy waterfall. I love it. That waterfall is insane. It is so cool. The color of the water, of that waterfall. Yeah. And it's a double waterfall. So, I mean, it's all just. Double whammy. It's even better than with a gorgeous bridge. Waterfall. And as we all know, I'm a sucker for a good bridge. Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah. I think it would be cool to jump in there one time. Yeah, me too. I want to know if it's allowed or not. I do too, but both times we've been there, people have been. But also, people are dumb and they don't care. Like, think about the times we've seen people with wildlife. People are dumb and they don't care, and it makes us angry. I actually saw. Not angry, frustrated situation. Yes.
I actually did see a thing recently on Facebook in a Glacier National Park Facebook group. Somebody they were on like a family trip, and this guy's like daughter must have been cliff jumping in the St. Mary area, or off of that rock, and she lost her Apple Watch, and so her dad went and dove down.
You sent this to me.
Found it, but found like 6 other watches
and phones,
shoes, phones,
wallets,
like
glasses.
Like, if you're why is your Apple Watch still on if you're jumping off of a cliff? Personally, I wouldn't do that with my Apple Watch on.
Okay, you know, I get the Apple Watches more than the phones.
Okay, your phone, yeah, that's bonkers. Because I do understand that, but also I would just...
How would this even come off? What kind of... did they have these type of handles on it? Or, like, what kind of wristbands?
I think it was, like, that kind, because that's, like, the classic, like, Apple one, isn't it? The one it comes with or whatever? Yeah, it was that
I would not think this would come off my wrist, though. Never in a million...
Apparently it did off of a bunch of people, because this guy pulled up, like, 6 Apple Watches.
Yeah, that's whack.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that and thought that was really funny and crazy.
I know.
And I was like, oh boy. Killed another one.
Dang,
I did.
You're on a roll.
Yeah.
And then there is Triple Divide Peak. It goes right along the Continental Divide, so it separates the continent's river systems and, like, which ocean it flows into.
Yeah.
We'll get more into that later.
But there's a little sign there, which is... and it's a pretty spot, too.
Oh, yeah.
And then Two Dog Flats was our next pull-off. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful little prairie area where the mountains meet the prairie, and it's a great spot for wildlife. We actually saw... was it 2 deer here? Our first sunset in Glacier? Gosh, first year was a great year for wildlife.
Was so good.
I think it was 2 deer, and it was right at the time where your phone camera was starting to get blurry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm. But gorgeous pictures still.
Oh, yeah.
And that was so cool to see. After, I just can't even believe the days we had in Glacier. It was like...
I know. Our first year was honestly perfect.
Best experience in Glacier ever.
Gosh. Oh. I could relive that trip. That whole time in Glacier was amazing.
And then you'll get to St. Mary Visitor Center and the town St. Mary. Yeah. Which is another stop for gas, which is good to know.
And they also have a good gift shop there.
Yeah, they do. They do have a good gift shop there, and they also have an ice cream shop there.
And, yeah, the ice cream shop.
Yeah. Yep. And then, actually, so then if you take a left onto Highway 89, you will, well, yeah. I'm back at the stop sign.
I'm back at the gas station,
and I'm turning out, and then I'm taking a left onto 89. And then, do you remember that drive? Oh my goodness! It's Lower St. Mary Lake. That's that lake that we saw that has Thunderbird Island on. Do you remember that?
Yes, vaguely.
Yeah.
I remember seeing signs.
Well, we saw it last year, sunset. And then we were supposed to be at our campsite, but instead we just pulled off the road and watched the sunset over the lake. Do you remember that now?
Yeah.
And then we saw it the next day driving back from Many Glacier, but it was gorgeous. Love that. Okay, so just from St. Mary to Many Glacier, such a pretty drive.
Oh, yeah.
Up to Bab. It's so pretty. Basically, and then you take a left onto the Many Glacier Road, and... forgot it. So our first year, we also stayed at a campsite. It was kind of outside Bab. We got there late, right? Because we decided to watch the sunset in the park and, spend as much time as we could there. And we got there and we pulled up and we were like, is this right?
Like, is this where we're supposed to be?
So this was before we were doing exclusively recreation.gov campsites. And there were like random dogs running all over. And we were 18 and 19. We were like, what? And we just heard screaming. I remember thinking, do we just go back in the park? The dogs didn't weird me out as much. I just thought that was kind of random. Yeah, the screaming. So after we got checked in, we were like, okay. And then we went to go to bed and we were like, I can't sleep.
Neither one of us slept very well that night.
No, we couldn't fall asleep. That was
a sketchy experience.
Well, I don't know what the screaming was about. It didn't even sound like it was a baby. Like, it sounded not like a baby. Which, if it was a baby, it wouldn't have weirded me out at all.
No.
Or I wouldn't have been questioning it.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't a baby scream.
Nope.
It was weird. I didn't really know what to do there.
Yeah.
We just slept locked and loaded and we were good. But they also had, I think, the worst showers I've ever showered in.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely. It was like, okay, you know, you start to shower and then you get undressed so the water's warm.
Yeah.
By the time, like, really, you do that in 30 seconds, right? Yeah. By the time you go to open the shower curtain, actually, there weren't even shower curtains, were there? Were there? I don't. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it was just like
it was
a
weird.
room.
Yeah, that's right. The room had a shower curtain, but the shower curtains wouldn't close all the way, so I was scared to get. Yeah, I was scared to get undressed,
get naked.
Yeah. But the shower pan was full of water in 30 to 60 seconds. It took me to undress and get the curtain right.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, they were not good showers. No. I won't call them out because I'll call out the ones that are good, but I feel bad like calling out the ones that are bad. Maybe they got better.
Yeah, this was 2 summers ago. So
3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it might be better now, but yeah, that was not our worst camping experience, but one of the worst.
Definitely on
the no-go again list, just in case it didn't get any better.
Yeah.
And then, as you're going into Many Glacier, there is, so Lake Sherburne will be on your left, which is gorgeous with the mountains, and there's pull-offs along the road. It's just pretty.
It's just so gorgeous. You're starting to get into that Many Glacier area, so it's just, I just love it.
Me too. And then,
Swift Current Lake. Oh my gosh.
So you'll probably park at the Many Glacier Hotel if you're doing anything around Swift Current Lake.
Yeah.
Unless you're on the other side, then there's a parking lot for the trail over there. But the boat launch is also there. The Many Glacier Historic Hotel overlooks that lake. It's gorgeous. So that lake is insane. Oh my goodness.
I love it so much.
We loved it.
So we did a boat tour across Swift Current Lake and Lake Josephine. And then we attempted to hike up to, well, did we get all the way to Grinnell Lake?
Yeah. You don't remember? Okay, so no, you started backwards. So first, that morning, we went to the stables and we did a 2-hour Cracker Flats trail ride, which was really cool. And we saw a couple bears in the meadow.
Yeah.
And just the meadow was gorgeous. And being on the mountainside was just so pretty. But yeah, it was pretty butts to noses on the trail ride for most of it. But you get to go over creeks and go through forests and be in the open mountains too.
Do you remember on the way back, my horse freaked out about something?
It's right there. Michaela got stuck in a bush.
Yeah. So my horse got spooked by something. And thank God it
wasn't a big spook. It was like he just took a step to the right.
Took a step to the right, but we were like kind of sort of on like a little cliff at that point.
I would say it was like it wasn't like a straight,
not like a cliff, but it was like a slant down.
Yeah. But she had some trees behind the bush.
Yeah.
But I was like, we were at the very end of the line.
I was the last one.
And I was right in front of you. And I was like, Kayla, just like, come up. Like, kick him up to go. And I was like, what are you doing back there? Like, he won't move. And then, like, I remember one time you kicked him up and he took another step to the right off the trail. And I was like, no. I was like, what are you doing? And I start to yell for the rangers or the captain of whatever, the trail boss, whatever girl you call her. And I was like, hey, and then all of a sudden, Michaela gets out. And I'm like, just kidding, we're okay now. But you remember, I almost fell off a cliff on the way there because these horses, they're trained to just walk in a line, right? That's their jobs.
Yeah.
Which is completely normal. But it was really muddy at the middle section of like our way out there.
Yeah.
And it got really thin, and I remember someone behind me was trying to pass me or something. Do you remember that they were having problems with their horse trying to eat the sides of the hill, and so they kept coming over.
No, it was the person in front of you because we were the last 2 people in line.
Oh, I thought on the way there we weren't the last.
No.
Oh, you're right. Okay, then it was the person in front of me that kept.
I remember. Yeah.
I was gonna say, but yeah, my horse, just took a couple steps off the slippery slope of kind of like a slanted hill. I was like, let's not do that.
Yeah, please no. Please no.
Yeah, we both almost just tumbled.
Yeah.
No, but we actually didn't almost tumble. No. It was scary for me.
A slight scary moment.
Well, because those horses don't take direction the same way that normal horses do, horses that you normally ride do. Yeah. They're kind of broke to a sense where they're immune. To anything and everything. Yeah, they're supposed to be for people, Yeah. So I was like, how about we listen to what I'm telling you to do? Listen to the signals my body's trying to give you. It's not working. No. It wasn't working for either of us. No. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. It was a little bit nerve-wracking in the moment. But it's fine. For like 20 seconds each. And then we were like, having a great time. Like, we were having a great old time. We were crossing creeks. We were like going. Just on a horse out the mountains. We were just like, oh my gosh. Look at us. This is our dream. Look at us go. Honestly. No. Our dream would be like galloping through that meadow. Okay. Well, we didn't make it quite that far, but we did make it there. That would have been pretty cool. Then we started off on our Lake Grinnell hike. Yeah. So this was when we were in the forest for most of it. A while. But there were some of those lake viewpoints again where they cleared a couple trees and you could go down to the shore and it was really pretty. Yeah. And then we got to this one specific spot, and I think it was Lake Josephine, right? Where the shore was, I think because it wasn't Swift Current Lake where it was, oh my goodness, where it opened up this much, but where you get out of the forest for like a couple minutes before you go back in. Yeah. And it was just a gorgeous mountain with blue water and red rocks, and it was so pretty. But then, you're in the forest for a bit. And I remember, I think at this point, this was when the ankles were really starting to just not be well. No. I mean, at this point, I'd been hiking on them for 5 days as they were swelling more and more. Yeah. We didn't know what to, like, we tried softball size ankles. Well, we tried icing them. I tried ibuprofen, because, that reduces swelling. Yeah. Like, we didn't know what to do. Everything. We tried Benadryl, because we thought maybe I was allergic to something. I don't even know. Tried just, like, elevation, like she was I normally keep my feet up here, but we intentionally I don't know what you still never I went to the doctor for it because it was still swollen. We got back a couple weeks later. They were just like, they literally had no answers for me, and they just told me to do the same stuff I was thanks. Great way. Super cool. $30. Thank you so much. But they had a super cool swinging bridge. I loved that bridge. That was so cool. Yeah, and it was unexpected. I didn't know it was there. Yeah. I actually was just recently going through our pictures from that trip. In the video. And I saw the video and I was like, oh my gosh, it swings, because I didn't know that it did that. I just remember being like, oh, this is cool. And then I don't know how long it is from the bridge to the lake. It can't be that long. But that's the only uphill part I remember. Yeah. Because that part I was dying, because I can't walk. Yeah. Michaela, I need a cane. Hiking poles. We didn't have those then. No. But then you get to the lake, and it is so pretty. I was like, I don't even care. Except for, I did care, because we had to turn around and we got there, and we had, 10 minutes there. I don't think it was even that. We took a lot of pictures. We put the phone down to take pictures of us. I took my shoes and socks off to soak my ankles in the cold water to try and reduce some swelling. Yep. Yeah. And then we literally jogged back. We had to book it back because we had to make it back to Josephine in time to get back on our boat. Yeah. Yeah. Because we made it in time. Well, because at that time we had timed reservations. We didn't have a one-way hiking ticket back like they have now. I don't know if they had them then, but there weren't any available. But that's just what we did. But then that boat ride was really cool, and that's where we learned about the glacier grinding against the rock to make the sediment flour, which goes in the lakes, and then when the sun hits it, it makes it a pretty blue color. Yeah. That was really cool. And a really pretty boat ride. Gosh, that was so cool. I just remember, because you have to walk in between the lakes. Do you remember for a quarter mile? Your phone was dead. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I specifically remember that, but on our way back, I remember your phone. I was gonna say it definitely wasn't dead on the way there. Yeah. No. Well, or when we were there, because I had pictures of it. Maybe I had all trails up or something. Cause, I'm sure that's what it was. But I remember also, it says very clearly that you have a quarter mile walk between the lakes. Yep. But I just remember thinking, I can't move my feet. They're broken. I'm about to start crawling. And it was muddy, so your feet were sticking. And I couldn't even tie my shoes all the way at this point. It was bad. Okay, the quarter mile walk isn't bad, but when you're struggling,
the condition you were in was.
I am not down for this quarter mile.
Yeah, no.
Oh my
that
goodness.
was rough.
I was really trying, but then I was like, Michaela, we gotta hurry so we get better seats on the boat ride back over Swift Current Lake. So we were trying to
run back, but Emma's we were hobbling, like
We were one of the first ones on that boat, though.
We got good spots too.
We did. Worth it.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, we checked out the gift shop in the hotel, and it was gorgeous. Just beautiful views.
Oh yeah. Gosh.
Oh, and then we went over to Iceberg Lake, and we took a lunch break, and we and we sat for a while and ate some food, drank some water, Gatorade, chilled a little bit. And then we had Iceberg Lake next.
And that was going to be our longest hike
of that trip. Yeah. And
we were both so excited.
Yeah. I was so excited for that lake. And after we straight up climbed 200 feet of elevation right at the beginning, then this mom and dad and little boy come around almost running around the corner, and they're like
very quietly telling us
you have to turn around. There's a grizzly bear crossing the trail right now. And I was like,
well, they didn't want to freak out their kids either. I don't think the kids knew because they were pretty little.
Yeah.
They looked young.
Yeah.
But I remember them
they were like, we already called a ranger and he's on his way. And I was like, Kayla, do you think? I was like, we have bear spray. I was like, a bear.
And I remember being like, no, if there's a bear on the trail, I'm not going anywhere near that trail.
Except for Michaela's one who used to want to go closer to the bears, especially 3 years ago. So I don't know how that was your answer. I think you just didn't want to hike. I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm going to be real honest. A part of me was not too terribly sad about not having a hike that 9 miles. Or 8 or whatever it is. Part of me was just like, oh. Next time.
Okay, and then I also thought while I was writing this outline, I was thinking of all the things we've wanted to do and we've had on our list, and some things come up where we haven't been able to do it.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick, 2 or 3 things to see or do, and then 2 or 3 hikes. I was going to say just 2 things or 3 things in general, but then I was like, there's too many things I want to see. Okay, so then I wrote down some things that I thought were both in our heads, because these are some of the hikes we did research on in the last episode, and then also the ones that have just been on our list forever.
Yeah.
So I figured I would still do everything we've done. I wouldn't take anything out to replace it with what I still want to do.
But, bucket list for next trip?
Yeah. Bowman Lake. North Fork area. Bowman Lake, what is it, Tina or Kintina Lake?
Something it was a funky name like that, but yeah.
They're both gorgeous. I want to go see them so bad and jump in and go paddleboarding.
Oh my gosh. Running Eagle Falls.
It's such an easy hike. It's been on our list. We were supposed to go this year. We didn't get to. Avalanche Lake. We've never made it all the way there because the first year we turned around because it ended up getting too dark. Yeah. And we weren't wearing the right shoes. So a little mix of both. Yeah. But.
And then this year we
ran
out of time.
Yeah. Again. Cracker Lake.
Oh my goodness.
I wanted to do so bad.
Yeah.
Iceberg Lake, clearly. We just talked about that. We were supposed to do it and we didn't get to. So that's still on the list. Grinnell Glacier. That hike is supposed to be, I've heard so many good things from so many. The lady we met in the bathroom that we named Sophia. Yeah. She said great things. She was like, that trail was amazing.
Yes. Well, and you can connect that one with the Highline Trail. I'm going to do the whole Highline Trail.
No, you can't connect.
Yes, you can.
You cannot connect Grinnell Glacier. You can connect Grinnell Glacier Overlook with the Highline Trail.
Overlook.
You can't connect Grinnell Glacier, though. There's a giant mountain. Yeah.
My bad.
But yes, I want to do the Overlook Trail connecting to the Highline Trail. That is on the list. Bullhead Lake, where you get to see the 4 lakes in Mini Glacier. Yep. That's a good one. And Rockwell Falls. I think that's everything on my next trip I want to do. Yeah.
I agree.
And I think it hits most of the things that have been on our list for years.
Yes.
There's still more I would do there.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Big time.
But I think those, 10 things. More than half of them are 10-mile hikes.
We'll get to them someday.
Yeah.
We'll do them all eventually.
Yeah. I want to do them. I want to go back right now and do them. Perfect time.
We were supposed to have, 4 of them already done. Okay.
So now that we're done with all the places the things we've experienced, the places that are still on highest on our bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go into the history.
Yeah. So, evidence of human use in this area dates back to over 10,000 years ago. The Blackfeet Indians controlled the prairies east of the mountains, while how do you say that?
We're going to butcher this, and I'm so... Salish?
Salish? And Kootenai Indians, maybe?
Yep.
Lived in the western valleys, and they would travel over the mountains in search of game and to hunt the great herds of buffalo on the eastern plains.
So most of the early European explorers came to this area in search of beaver and other animal pelts. They were soon followed by miners and eventually settlers looking for land. By 1891, the completion of the Great Northern Railway allowed a greater number of people to enter into the heart of northwest Montana.
Mm-hmm. And by the late 1800s, influential leaders like George Bird Grinnell pushed for the creation of a national park. And in 1910, Grinnell and others saw their efforts rewarded when President Taft signed a bill establishing Glacier as the country's 10th national park.
I like how it's such an even number.
Me too.
Also, all this information is from the National Park website, in case you want to do more research.
Mm-hmm.
Or you want to check the validity of our sources. I'd say she's pretty valid.
Yeah, it came from the National Park Service themselves. So.
Yeah, about national parks, so... Yeah. They gotta be right? If they're not, I don't know who is. And then we'll go to so that's some of the history about the park and the human culture. Now we'll go into some geology.
Yeah.
So, elevation within the park varies from a low of 3,150 feet at the junction of the middle and north forks of the Flathead River near the Lake McDonald Valley to a high of 10,466 feet on Mount Cleveland.
The geologic process that shaped this dramatic landscape happened in 4 stages. The silt, which is the sedimentation or deposition of the majority of Glacier's rocks.
Tilt, the initial tectonic collision that started to deform those rocks.
Slide, the Lewis overthrust fault that folded and moved these rocks.
And the glide, the extensive glaciification that carved sharp peaks and steep valleys.
So approximately 150 million years ago, tectonic plates collided on what was then the western edge of North America. That collision began the tilt of Glacier's mountains and the process of mountain building that would continue for nearly 90 million years.
That is so crazy. I can't even comprehend 90 million years.
Right?
Many of the rocks that form Glacier's mountains are the result of the deposit of sediment and silt into an ancient inland sea that existed during the Mesozoic era, about
1,500 million years ago.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So it has a very unique water. So just the water system out there is super unique because of the continental divide.
Oh, this one is so cool. This is one of my favorite facts about Glacier.
Because
I didn't know this the first time we went.
I didn't either. I guess I knew the continental divide was in there, but I didn't really know what it meant.
I didn't know about the water system and how it ends up in 3 different places, which is crazy.
So a continental divide is a naturally occurring boundary separating a continent's river systems. Each river system feeds into a distinct ocean, or ocean, basin, bay, or sea. The continental divide of the Americas is also known as the Great Divide. It runs through Glacier National Park.
Raindrops that fall on the east side of the divide flow into the Missouri River, then the Mississippi, and then into the Gulf of America, which is from the National Park website. Yeah. And then on the west side of the divide, rain flows westward into the Columbia River drainage and to the Pacific Ocean. Rivers in the northeastern part of the park flow toward the Saskatchewan River, eventually reaching Hudson Bay.
Yeah.
So they go to crazy different large bodies, which is insane.
Yeah.
For that,
just one area.
Yeah.
And it all goes to like such different. I think it's really cool.
It is very cool.
All right, and then glaciers. A glacier is a large mass of ice so big that it flows under its own weight. So it like as it melts, it just kind of goes. Whoosh. It's super cool. Super cool.
Do you want to say your fact since it was?
Oh,
This is your fact.
So based on an aerial image from 2015, there were 26 named glaciers that met like the size criteria for it to be a glacier.
There were apparently other glaciers that were just unnamed though, but they didn't say how many.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there's 26 named glaciers as of 2015. Back in the 1850s, there was over 150 glaciers, named glaciers.
That's crazy.
So that just shows you how much the glaciers have just kind of dissipated.
So Jackson Glacier is the most accessible in the park and is the 7th largest. And Glacier National Park is named for the many glaciers that shaped its dramatic landscape and continue to exist within the park. These glaciers, which are jewels in the landscape, carved the park's towering peaks and U-shaped valleys, creating the stunning alpine scenery that inspired early advocates like George Bird.
Yeah. So that's what we got for geology and stuff.
Geology and stuff.
Now we get to do our pop quiz.
Yes. Oh my goodness, we didn't even eat any of the snacks I brought.
I know. I'm very sad about it. I was so excited about that.
Well, we can still eat some snacks after a pop quiz.
Cool. I'm excited. Okay. So, my question is about mountain goats. First question is, how do mountain goats stay on sheer cliffs? I was trying so hard not to like.
With their special hooves that are
What do the hooves do?
Oh, they help them balance, and they also the back part helps them grip. Where's my multiple choice?
Well, okay, your multiple choice was. So it was just basically like different ways things stay on other things. So my first one was Van der Waals forces similar to a gecko. It's like, you know how a gecko, there's like, it's like an electromagnetic thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They use their two toes like claws to grip the edge. And then the so that was like part of kind of a right answer, but the actual answer was their hooves work similar to a suction cup actually.
What's that part called? Did you write it down?
No, but it's like the outer part of their hoof is hard, and then but it's the inner part of their hoof that's soft. And so when they step down, it kind of pulls up and acts like a suction cup.
Okay. You asked your second question. I really want to know what that's called. Really, it's really bothering me because I read it and it starts with a C. I swear. Oh boy, it's gonna bother me.
Okay, wait. Now look it up while I
read your second
one.
Read
my second one. Okay. How do you tell the age of a mountain goat?
Oh,
you count the rings in their horns.
Do their rings have horns? I mean, do their horns have rings?
By their coat color or condition, or by their body size.
Well, now I'm kind of curious if it's the horns. Is it their body size or the horns?
It's the horns.
Really?
Yeah. After they're 2 years old, is when you can tell by their horns. But it's like you know how you count rings in a tree?
Yeah, I didn't know they had rings. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, do they have rings?
Well, and it's like you can see it. You're supposed to be able to see it from the outside. Like it's the outside of their horns.
Oh yeah,
have, like the little indent.
Indents, or they
rings,
change color a little bit. Oh,
rings.
Yeah, I cannot find the name. I found out that the C word I was thinking of was concave. That's the C word I was thinking of, was concave. It's not the word I was thinking of, but okay. So my questions are about grizzly bears.
Oh.
Why do grizzly bears have a hump of muscle on their back?
Oh.
For climbing mountainous terrain, for running fast, for climbing trees. Oh my goodness, that acorn scared me. Just like a split second. I was like, what is that? For climbing trees, for digging.
I'm gonna say for running fast.
So that is part of the correct answer. Okay. So they can reach 35 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then the second part is, so it's for running fast and for digging.
For digging? I was going between those two.
They dig for plant roots and burrowing rodents. And I put this in there just because I thought this was a really cool fact we learned on the Moline Lake boat tour. That they enter a mild winter hibernation called torpor. It's Torpor. Torpor.
I think that's what it is, yeah.
Torpor.
Yeah.
They enter a mild hibernation called torpor. And then my second question is, how many grizzlies are located in the park?
Oh.
150, 200, 300, or 450?
What were my options?
150, 250, 300. Oh, no, sorry. 150, 200, 300, or 450 are your options.
200?
It's actually 300.
Oh.
They said that is the closest estimation they can get because bears don't actually know the boundaries of a park, so they go in and out of them, but it's roughly 300.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And the best places to see them safely, keep your distance or stay in your vehicle, but Many Glacier, specifically Iceberg Lake, and Grinnell Glacier Trail, Logan Pass and near the Highline Trail, Two Medicine, St. Mary Lake, and North Fork. And the best time of the year is July through September, which is when berries are ripe, and that's the best time to see them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. My second animal was pikas. Oh, gosh.
Those are like specific to like that area, right?
Yeah, kind. They're like very mountainous regions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because that was a new animal I learned about this year.
Yeah. So my first question actually has something kind of to do with that. At what temperature can they not survive? They're very sensitive to temperature.
Okay.
78 degrees, 92 degrees, or 66 degrees.
92 degrees.
78 degrees.
How do they live in Glacier?
Because they only live in the alpine and subalpine areas.
You tell me it doesn't reach 72 degrees there ever?
Well, so actually, their
species, burrow or something?
So their species is actually in danger because of like climate change, and it is starting to get warmer in those areas. So, but yeah, their bodies they'll die.
They look like hamster rat things.
I know.
I thought maybe once you said that, I thought maybe they could burrow in the ground because it's cooler in the ground. You know, they can't do that.
So they do. They live in burrows.
They still be dying. Dig deeper, guys. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Use the phrase that God gave you. Aren't animals supposed to adapt? This is why.
You just gotta dig deeper.
Evolution. Come on, get smarter. I'm just kidding, Pikas.
Okay. And then, this is a good one. So my second question is, a pika only weighs about 4 to 7 ounces.
What?
How much food do they gather to prepare for winter? And this is in pounds, right?
Okay.
10 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, or 80 pounds?
30 pounds?
It's actually 50.
Ah, shucks, I was gonna say
So Google gave me a wide range, and I just went with 50 because it was not really in the middle, but it was close. 46 to 75 pounds of food.
Wow.
And they don't even hibernate for winter, but they
stay in the burrowed ground.
They stay in their burrows. So they have a big burrow system with the group they live with, but they each have their own individual burrows. And
I love that.
I
Their
know.
houses are all connected.
Right?
I want to be a pika.
But they are apparently something that they're known for is their haystacks, which is what they hide all their food in, or which is where they put all their food in, and they call it haystacks, or people call them haystacks.
Really?
I don't know why, or hay piles, not haystacks, hay piles. But that's
really,
yeah.
Huh. Very intriguing.
Crazy.
I liked those ones.
Yeah.
Okay, my second animal is marmot. So what kind of weather are marmots more likely to be seen in? If it's sunny, if it's cloudy, if it's rainy, or if it's windy?
I'm gonna say if it's sunny.
It's actually windy. You're more likely to see marmots.
Really?
And this was just something, I looked at like weird facts about marmots, right? They also have a strong dislike of mosquitoes. I don't think I've ever had an animal just be like, I have a strong dislike
I'm a marmot! I'm a marmot!
And this was another, I knew you knew this though, because we thought it was someone's rescue whistle, which is why I didn't make it a question, but. Yeah. So they have an alarm whistle, which is why they're nicknamed the Whistle Pig, but it's like an alarm whistle to alert everyone else in their colony, but Whistle Pig is what their nickname is.
Because, you know what their nickname is?
What?
Whistling Hares. Because...
Do they whistle too?
They whistle too, yeah.
So
well, weird. And also, another one of the... Okay, wait, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you, but another cool fact about the pikas is, so they look like a little hamster, or like a rodent.
Yeah.
They are actually more closely related to like a rabbit or a hare. Even though their size is insanely different.
Yeah, it's like a rodent size.
Are like this big.
They're little.
Hares are like
they're big. Huge. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was
That is very cool. I would never have guessed that.
Right? I thought it was cool because of the like mountain goats and the pikas both are kind of like funky like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's kind of adorable.
That's kind of adorable. Where are the best places to see marmots in the park? Alpine areas, forests, lakeshore areas, or all of the above?
I'm gonna say alpine areas.
You are correct. Logan Pass, Highline Trail, Grinnell Glacier Trail, and any really like rock dwelling areas, that's where their homes are.
Cool.
And then I will do my random glacier fact right now. Okay, I already told Michaela this question because she asked what mine was about, but where was Glacier National Park featured on the big screen? Forrest Gump, The Lord of the Rings, The Perfect Storm, or The Shining?
Oh. I don't think it's Forrest Gump. I've seen that. I don't think it's... Maybe it's Lord of the Rings. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. They have mountains, right? What was the other options? The Shining and... What was
The Perfect Storm.
The Perfect Storm. I've never seen that one. Is it Lord of the Rings?
Sorry, wrong answer. So, it's actually... Okay, you know what we didn't do this time? Is we didn't tell each other when we had 2 right answers. Or like 1, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So that's my bad. But it's actually Forrest Gump.
You're kidding!
And The Shining. So the opening scene of The Shining is Jack Nicholson driving the Going to the Sun Road, and then there are opening shots around St. Mary Lake. And then Glacier is the backdrop when, Glacier is one of the backdrops when Tom Hanks is running across America.
I was really trying to, think back to that movie, and I was like, well,
I didn't remember that.
He runs across America, but I remember, him running through, plains is what I remember. Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, and I remember Monument Valley. There's a road in Monument Valley that's from Forrest Gump.
Yep, I do remember that.
But I didn't remember Glacier. But
next time I watch the movie, I'm going to be looking out for it.
Me too.
My Glacier fact is... I didn't have time to think of another one.
It was the Glaciers.
It was the Glacier one.
It was...
I didn't pay enough attention to the script before I did my research.
So it was a question about the glaciers. It was yeah.
How many glaciers are still around today?
26 named glaciers as of 2015 Ariel.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, it's
okay. So I got 1.5 points, and you got 1.5 points. So I don't really know what to do with that. I guess one of us... Well, actually, we have 2 more episodes until the... 1 episode and then another quiz episode, so we could both just take a turn bringing it upward. And the other one brings snacks when someone brings them up.
That's true.
We keep recording these episodes late at night, and then we get so hungry while we're recording.
Well, yeah.
And we're like, why do we never bring snacks? And then last time we recorded, I had leftover ham pickle dip.
And we ate that up so fast. Oh my god.
I think we had a nut mix from our trip still in your car.
I think it's still back.
Oh, you gotta try my my s'mores trail mix.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, we're getting too excited about snacks now.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening.
Please like, share, and subscribe to
Sleeping in Park.